82 years old now, and I've lived a full life, or at least I thought I had. Until I came here. Until I sat in this quiet room and began to understand something nobody ever really tells you. The most painful part of growing old isn't the wrinkles or the aching joints. It's becoming invisible in a world that used to revolve around you. You won't really notice when it starts to happen. It's subtle. You're in the middle of a conversation at dinner, and your sentence is cut short because someone younger interrupted. You're in the room, but people talk around you, not to you. You slowly become a background character in your own life. Then one day, your children, your own children, who once held your hand crossing the street, cite you down and gently suggest that maybe it's time. They used words like comfort, support, peace of mind. And they said it with love, I know they did. But all I heard was, you don't belong at home anymore. And maybe they were right. My body doesn't work the way it used to. I forget things sometimes. I get tired just climbing the stairs. But I still remember how it felt to tuck them into bed. I remember staying up all night when they were sick, whispering prayers into the silence. I remember every packed lunch, every school concert, every scraped knee I kissed better. So, when they told me it was best for everyone, I nodded, smiled, held back tears. I didn't want them to feel guilty. When they dropped me off at the care home, they promised they'd visit. And they did for a while. Sunday afternoons, sometimes. My granddaughter would bring her drawings. My grandson would tell me about school. My daughter-in-law would scroll through her phone. My son, he looked tired, always checking the time. Eventually, the visits slowed. Life got busy. I understand. But the silence after they leave it grows louder every week. I wish I could explain what it feels like to live here. The staff are kind. The rooms are clean. The food is warm. But there's something missing, and you can't touch it or measure it. It's something you only notice when it's gone. It's called belonging. Here, I'm room 26. I'm Mrs. Khan. I'm that sweet old lady who likes her tea with 2 sugars. But I used to be more. I was a wife, a mother, a teacher, a neighbor. I was someone people called when they were in trouble. I was someone who made the best biryani in the whole street, someone who danced at weddings and wept at funerals. I was someone who mattered. And now, I spend my days sitting by the window, watching the seasons change. I've seen summer fade into autumn, leaves falling like old memories. I've seen winter come, cold and silent. And now, spring is here again. The flowers outside are blooming. But in here, time just floats. The days blur into each other. Mornings start with the clinking of cups, pills in little cups with names I can't pronounce. A nurse asks how I slept. I always say fine, even when I didn't. What's the point of saying otherwise? We play bingo, do puzzles, listen to music from our youth. Sometimes I hear an old song that takes me back to a moment so vivid, I almost forget where I am. For a second, I'm young again, holding my husband's hand, laughing in the kitchen, our children running around our feet. Then the music fades, and I'm back in my chair, alone. Some of the people here don't even remember who they are. Dementia is a cruel thief. It robs you of your past while leaving your body behind like an empty shell. I see it every day, the confusion in their eyes, the sadness when a family member visits and they don't recognize them. Sometimes I wonder if forgetting might be easier than remembering everything I've lost. I miss my house. Not just the building, but everything it stood for. The smell of my husband's aftershave in the morning. The way the curtains swayed when we opened the windows. The photos on the wall, each one a chapter in our story. I miss the sounds, creaking floors, dripping taps, the neighbors' kids playing outside. I miss being needed. That's the thing no one tells you. When you're no longer needed, you start to wonder why you're still here. I don't say this out of bitterness. I say it because it's the truth, and the truth deserves to be spoken, even if it's uncomfortable. Because there are thousands of us, maybe millions sitting in rooms like this, waiting for a knock on the door that might never come. Do I regret saying yes to this place? Sometimes. But what choice did I have? I didn't want to be a burden. I didn't want my children's lives to revolve around caring for me. I told myself I was doing the right thing. But right things can still hurt. Every so often, a letter arrives. A birthday card. A photo. I treasure them like gold. I read them again and again. I hold them to my chest at night and whisper their names, hoping they can feel it, hoping they remember that once upon a time I gave them everything I had. I had a visitor last week, a young volunteer. She asked if I had any advice for her. I smiled and said, "Love your parents loudly while they're still here. Don't wait until they're gone to realize what they meant. Don't get so caught up in growing up that you forget the ones who raised you." She held my hand when she left, and for a moment I felt seen. That's all we want, really. To be seen, to be remembered, to be loved, even in our most fragile form. If you're watching this, I hope you hear me, not just with your ears, but with your heart. I hope you look around at the people you love and ask yourself, am I present? Have I made them feel important? Have I made time? Because time doesn't pause, doesn't wait until you're ready. One day, the chair at the dinner table will be empty. One day, the voice you took for granted will go quiet, and all that will remain are the memories and the guilt of what you didn't say, what you didn't do. You don't need grand gestures. Just a phone call, a visit, a cup of tea together, listening without rushing, loving without schedule, because one day it will be your turn to sit in a chair like mine, and all you'll want is to be remembered.